Bonjour à toutes et à tous et bienvenue sur Blabla Katie. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I am currently trying to get back to France to work as a lectrice d'anglais at a university. And actually, I was supposed to have left yesterday. I was supposed to be in France by now, but I had to push my flight back because I do not yet have my visa. If you're also going through the visa process and want to find out more info about it, or if you're just interested in seeing what my journey has been like, I have 2 videos up already, and I'm probably going to do a 3rd installment in a couple of weeks. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm trying to take the time that I now do have to work on the other logistical things that have to be figured out before I actually leave for France. And I figured that this could be helpful for anybody who feels kind of overwhelmed with all of the things you have to get done before you go as well. And I personally am way more motivated to do these things when I know that I'm essentially talking through it to someone else. So thanks for helping me stay motivated, and let's just get into the day of getting things done. So first things first, I want to write down, without compartmentalizing anything, just a huge list of everything I have to get done before I leave. So personally, I prefer writing things down with pencil and paper. I bring this agenda with me literally wherever I go. There's just a bunch of stuff in it. I would be lost without it. But obviously, if you work better typing things, just do what works for you. Before I move on, I actually was just thinking, I do have a video up on 10 things you should do before you leave for France. So I'm actually going to re-watch that and see if there's anything I missed before showing you my list. First, let's talk about health. We want to bring a physical copy of your CDC card in France. Okay, I think that's all the research I needed to do of my own videos. So this is the list. There's definitely some things on here that I won't be able to get to today, but I want to try to cross off as many of these as I can. I think before I do that, I definitely need to compartmentalize them into different sort of types of things that I need to get done. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be running all over the place. So I'm gonna take a couple seconds to do that. Put them into the groups health, finances, visa, packing, miscellaneous, and safety. Okay, kind of a lot to get done. So where to start? I don't know which one I want to do first. Oh, I really don't want to do any of this. So for anybody who doesn't know this, I actually technically am enrolled in a PhD program, and I'm currently on a leave of absence from this school. So there are still some things that I need to figure out. I was previously getting health insurance from this school, and now I don't know if I am technically insured. So I guess I should start there. Unfortunately, this office is only reachable by email. So you know what? Yeah, let's first move somewhere more comfortable, and then we're just gonna start. Exciting news, I have health insurance. So now I'm gonna try to order some more pills because I know that I'm insured. All right, prescription ordered. Now let's order some blood work. Got a lot of stuff going on. It's fine. So I don't know if this is actually going to be helpful for anybody, but if you're trying to figure out certain levels in your blood or certain vitamins or lack thereof, there's actually this place called Walk-in Lab who will create a script for you, and then you just pay them, and then that's something you can bring to the lab, get your blood drawn, and then you get the results within like a day or 2. So it completely cuts out the process of having to go to the doctor, get a script from the doctor, go to the blood test, then go back to the doctor to have the test read to you. And I mean, I'm sure that this becomes really, really expensive the more and more things that you're trying to test, but I'm only testing the level of B12. I'm a vegetarian, and that's something that a lot of vegetarians lack. So I want to make sure that that's all good and well before I go to France. Are you kidding? It has literally every state listed on here except for New York. Okay, never mind. I can't order that because I'm in New York, and that's apparently illegal here. What else can I do under health? Oh, there's actually one more. So for anybody who's moving to France anytime soon, you probably already know that there is a sort of certificate set in place for COVID, or you need to have proof that you have gotten the COVID vaccines in order to be able to use any public facilities, really. And this has kind of proven to be an issue for people who got their vaccines outside of France, or generally outside of the EU. So to rectify that, there's actually a website that you can go to where you can input the information of where you got your COVID vaccine, and then they eventually will send you the specific QR code that you will need in order to be able to access public facilities when you're in France. And this is really important because it's not just about having a social life, it's also about transportation. I'm pretty sure that you can't use trains or other forms of public transportation without having that QR code. So I actually applied for it yesterday, and I'm just going to check to make sure that that was, figured out. I got an email saying don't respond, it's all in French. It gives me my file number and it says it's been submitted. And I can't remember where I saw this, but I'm pretty sure on the website where I was submitting it said that normally it'll take 9 business days. Okay, moving on to finances. Personally, there is nothing in me that wants to do anything thinking about money right now, but for the sake of crossing something off, I guess I'll look into where and how I can exchange my currency for euros. This is something I talk about in a couple of my previous videos actually, about how you'll have a much better exchange rate if you order euros or exchange euros, whatever, at a local bank before you leave, as opposed to doing it at the airport. So instead of looking into any information for my specific banks, who I'm going to call once I'm done filming this video, I'm actually going to look into the website Travelex, because I'm pretty sure this is the company that my bank uses anyways. Due to the impact of the COVID-19 global pandemic, Travelex has made the difficult decision to close our online and retail operations and cease trading in the United States and Canada. If my banks were using Travelex to exchange currency, then I might have no choice other than to exchange at the airport. All right, so definitely something to ask on phone calls. Yeah, I really don't feel like thinking anymore about money, so we're gonna move on to, something even more fun, the visa. Okay, so the first thing I have on my list is to see if document is ready, and this is talking about literally the one document left that I need to be able to go to my visa appointment, and this document can only come from the university that has hired me. They can only get this document from French immigration. So I have no control over when I'm going to get it, but let's just check the email. Nothing. All right, so today is Tuesday, and I technically have another visa appointment on Friday. I feel like this is the 10th one that I have scheduled and rescheduled and canceled, etc. And I have a feeling that, should I wait one more day? This is the hard part of the guessing game, because I need to figure out how much time should I afford myself to ask the VFS center if I can reschedule, which by the way is not normally how you reschedule with VFS. I just have a very, very particular case that I will talk about in my third installment of the visa. But yeah, so I pretty much have to reach out to VFS to ask them if I can reschedule and give them enough time to see it and hopefully tell me yes. But I also don't want to jump the gun here, reschedule the appointment for yet another week, and then end up getting the document tomorrow. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow morning to see if I get the document that I need, and then if not, I'm going to immediately email VFS and ask if I can once again reschedule. I would say cross your fingers for me, but by the time you see this, I'll have already known if I have the document or not, so I don't know. Okay. One thing I can do for the visa though, while I'm waiting, I can actually look to see what it is I need for the appointment. And this is something I've already discussed in the first installment of the visa series, but honestly, it's been so long since I filmed that I have forgotten what I need. And on the off chance that I do get the document tomorrow and can go to my visa appointment on Friday, I really just want to be ready. So we're gonna do that. First of all, I think that I need to submit a completely new application. Several things have changed since I first applied, like the address that I'm using. At this point, this will have been the third application that I've submitted, but I literally don't have an option. And I have heard that it doesn't matter how many applications that you submit, as long as you print out one of them and then use that one, you should be fine. I'm probably gonna print all of them out just in case, but I really just plan on using the most recent one. Okay, so now that I have officially reapplied, I'm going to print that out, and at the very end of that application, there is the whole checklist of things that I should bring or need to bring. So we're gonna work on that first, and then any extra things that I've been told that people need or anything that I'm going to bring just because of my own paranoia, that'll be next. First things first, before I print anything, I do think it's really important to have, obviously, a designated spot for all of the documents. I mean, in general, all of the documents that you're bringing to France, but specifically for the visa appointment. So I have one of those. I thought I had one of those folders. Can't find it. Just gonna save that, try to look for that another day. But in the meantime, I have printed out my application, I've signed it, I'm not going to date it yet. And then at the end of that application is the checklist. So I'm just going to go off of this and try to get as many of these things ready as I can. So first is the signed and dated application form, done, and then the receipt for France visa, which is where you submitted the application. That's exactly what the checklist is. So if you're looking at the checklist, you have the receipt. Next, a travel document. So my passport, which I have, I'm also supposed to photocopy every single one of those pages. And I absolutely know that I did this, and it's somewhere in that folder that I can't find. So I'm not going to do that all over again. It would be a huge waste. ID photograph is something I still have to get done at a CVS or a Walgreens, and I am a US citizen, so I don't have to worry about the next one. Copies of diplomas, proof of qualifications, and certificates of employment. I'm pretty sure I already have the copies of my diplomas in that folder as well. But as of now, I can at least print out the contract that I got from my university. And the very last thing on the list is the work permit, which is the one document I'm still waiting for. So as of now, just going to print the contract itself. All right, I'm gonna be really honest. I am super wiped at this point, and I don't even have everything done for the visa yet to be able to cross off my list. What's going on with the printer? All right, so I think we're out of ink. I think that's a sign for me to just take a break for a sec. I'm gonna go grab some lunch and make some phone calls to the banks during that lunch. When you see me again, hopefully we'll be doing some more not computery document-y things. Okay, so literally nothing is going to plan. On that break, I just had some lunch, but I also tried calling my different banks and credit card companies, or I was going to do that rather, and as I was getting my cards together, I noticed I was missing a card. Yeah, I'm not really freaking out yet because I have been doing a lot of travel between my apartment now and my childhood home, so it very well could be there. But regardless, it really just made me not want to deal with any of that right now. So we're not doing anything with finances today. So I think the last thing for this video is going to be stuff to do with packing, and I want to end this on a good note, and I want to do something that for me at least is fun and is a little bit more optimistic. So I'm actually going to look through my closet, and I'm going to separate any clothes that I don't think I'll be bringing to France, and the intention behind that is going to be donating these clothes. I already have all of my clothes here, so there's not going to be any curveballs. Let's go do that. All right, let's see, where can we put you? I don't even have the microphone in right now. Ah, let me go put the microphone in. All right, cool. All right, so these are not all of my clothes. I do share my closet with my partner, so a lot of this I'm just not gonna be touching, but from here-ish over, that's all my stuff. I'm just gonna go through all of it and see if there's anything that I definitely will not be bringing to France, and I'll put that aside. If you're not really sure on how to choose what clothes to bring to France, I actually made another video on this, and I'm hoping that next week I'll be doing another video on more specific pieces that I'll be bringing, specifically to be teaching English in France, so in more of a professional setting. That is everything that's hanging that I will be donating at some point. And this isn't to say that these are all of the clothes that I'm bringing to France. They still might not all fit in my suitcase, but at least for now, the preliminary round is over and the cuts have been made. Don't really think there's gonna be anything folded really that I'm giving away. They're mostly jeans and a lot of my partner's clothes that he'll just have back full-time once I'm gone. So yeah, I guess that's really it for figuring out, at least for right now, the definite clothes that are not coming with me to France. I mean, I feel kind of good. A lot of this has not gone to plan, but if you're gonna take away anything from this video, it's that you should definitely be planning ahead of time so that if you do have a day like this where you kind of hit obstacle after obstacle, you have days, if not weeks, to figure it out. The next video I do like this is probably just going to be me packing, so stay tuned. If you got any value out of this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and hope to see you next time. À la prochaine!